my God. My building just flooded. Good morning. Okay. We're gonna do a daily vlog today. Come with me. Number one, I need to show you the coolest new cup that I got. This actually just came in a mailer from David's Tea, and it's a skull. You're not probably gonna really be able to see it right now, but I'm gonna make matcha and pour it inside, and it's gonna be really cool, okay? Okay. I'm debating between maple matcha and vanilla chai matcha. I'm kind of feeling vanilla chai. I would normally pick maple. You know how I feel about my matcha. I mean, no, that's not what I meant to say. You know how I feel about my maple flavoring. I love maple. I'm Canadian, come on. The only thing about this is that it's not dishwasher safe and can't go in the microwave. So I'm gonna heat up my milk in the microwave. You know my love for soy milk. My Vitamix looks disgusting, I know. I will have no slander about it. That's why I always eyeball this part. The milk is warmed. That actually looks so cool. Are you kidding me? Wow. And most importantly, the taste. I will go on record saying this, and I will fight for it to win, that soy milk makes the best froth out of any non-dairy milk. And this was just made in a blender. It wasn't even a frother. Wow, this is good. Vanilla chai, it's quite subtle in a good way. Oh, I'm ready for the day. Okay, this is a new addition into my morning routine. So, I am a proud new owner of a Theragun now, and I'm not gonna lie, I knew everyone hyped up these things. They're like a massage gun thing, and everyone hyped them up, and I always heard everyone talking about the Theragun, and I didn't really understand what could be so great about it until I started using the Theragun. So I basically just follow the, like a routine. I would pick one in the morning, like if I'm doing it obviously when I wake up, I'll go and do, like a wake one, and they're literally like 3 minutes long. So then you go like this, and this is good too, especially if I like do a workout or something. Then it tells you what to do, and then you just kind of like go, and it's truly so nice. My body has just been feeling better. I'm feeling real chipper for a Monday. We had a time change the night before, so I felt like I woke up really early this morning. I'm actually gonna go give my grandparents a call. I feel like I've been so busy with like Halloween time specifically. I was like drowning in work. I mean, I had a super fun time, but there was so much going on, and I felt like I just like was very not social and like not keeping up and checking in with the people that are important to me. Since I had a little time this morning as I ate breakfast, gonna check in, gonna give them a little call, you know? Oh my God. What is happening? I literally don't know what to do right now. Oh my God. When I tell you there is absolutely no way for me to convey what I just experienced, like, oh my God. My building just flooded. Basically, after I finished breakfast and I was just like, you know, cleaning the house, whatever, all of a sudden I hear a loud water noise, and I could hear some like workers out in the hallway. I heard someone go like, oh no, like I see water or something. And I was like, that doesn't sound right. So I go to take a peek outside, and as I do this, I see there is water quickly coming out of like the stairwell, and like the carpet is fully soaked. And I was like, that doesn't look right. But then I go to like turn to see like if there's workers out there to be like, yo, what's going on? And at this point, they must have just like went away or like went down a floor or whatever. So I was like, oh my God. So I run back in to get my phone to call the front desk to be like, yo, like there's water leaking. What's going on? Someone help. And by the time I go to get my phone to go back out, then the water is now pooling out and has doubled. And like it's coming towards me and to my unit, and like the two sides of my hallway, like they're full of water, like a pool, like coming towards me. And I was like, oh my God, like my unit is gonna get destroyed. Like I had no idea what was happening. I'm calling the front desk, like freaking out. And I was like, do you know that there's like water and like an explosion of water happening? He's like, yes, we're aware of it. They're trying to figure it out. And I was like, okay, like, and they're like, we don't know how many floors it's coming from. We think it's coming from the top of the building and coming all the way down. And I was like, oh my God. So I, thank God, had a million towels of like makeup towels and just like a bunch of towels and stuff. So I make a barricade because the water's like within, I'm telling you, 60 seconds, it had doubled the area that was flooded. So I make a huge barrier around the front of my door because I'm like, I don't want this to come come into my floor and ruin my hardwood and destroy all my things. And then I freak out because if you guys know, I rent the studio next door, which is another unit. And so I go next door, I unplug all the electricity because I have lighting in the studio, and I take all my gear because I have no idea like if it's coming from above. I don't want the ceilings to start dripping. So I grab all of my tech and gear, come back here, grab my laptop, get my baby photos. Like it was like that moment, you know, when someone says, what would you grab if you were in a fire? It was like one of those moments. And I was like, okay, what do I care about? I'm like, okay, all my clothing, all my furniture can be replaced. Let me grab my laptop, my work stuff, and baby photos, and like some hard drives with old home videos on it. So I throw all that stuff into a bag. I make the towel barricade obviously first. And then I'm like, hey, like what do I do now? Just sit and wait? And like it was so sad just watching it like flood in. And I'm like trying to like knock on my neighbor's door and be like, yo, like, are you home? Like something's happening. So another neighbor came out and was like, whoa, what's happening? My ceiling is flooding. And luckily my ceiling wasn't leaking, but she was at the opposite end and hers were, and her walls were like all wet. So I can't even explain to you, like there's like a pool of water. Like I put on my rain boots and like, oh my God, I freaked out. I called my parents. My parents also live downtown. So I called them in like a panic. I was like, guys, like I don't know what's going on. My building is flooding right now. Like I need you guys to get here. And thank God they were actually out on a walk not too far away from me. So my parents are sprinting. And of course the elevators are stopped because it's an emergency. And then of course you get the emergency alarm going on. So it's like, it was just like the worst feeling. It was like, you know, that shot in the Titanic movie where the floors are flooding and you just kind of see like the doors kind of exploding of water. That's what it felt like I was in. Like I was just like, there's nothing for me to do than just other than stand here and watch everything get destroyed. Like it was so sad. So they started crying. Like obviously at this point, all the valuables have been lifted. I lifted up as much furniture as I could, anticipating that my unit was gonna get flooded. But the towel barrier was doing so well. I will insert the photos because that actually saved so much. Anyways, and I'm not on like a low floor, so I live like in a condo, high rise, and my poor parents are sprinting up the stairs. They come within like 10 minutes. My dad's like glasses are sideways. He's sweating. He's about to like pass out. He just did like a huge mountain of stairs. And he's like, it's been dripping from like the 10th floor upwards. Like there's water everywhere because I hadn't been like down to the ground level yet. It was just a mess. So basically after about 20 minutes, they went on the intercom and they were like, hey, we think we found the source of the water. We're going to turn it off. And I'm like, thank you. I can't even explain. It just made me so sad to see like things getting destroyed. But I was really lucky. At this point, I had a mop. I was throwing water like into this like hallway because the hallway's all concrete, which is better than it soaking through all the drywall and the walls and the carpet. So my other neighbor came out at this point, so we're like trying to keep the water as contained as possible. But everything was wet, except for outside of my door where I had the barrier, which again, thank God I did that. I would have had so much floor damage if I didn't. So anyways, eventually the water stopped. We had cleaned up everything, and we're like, this has taken like hours at this point. We're making sure there's no leaks anywhere. And then eventually the inspectors were obviously called to site to help, and they checked out my place, and other than one spot in the ceiling in my bathroom, it had a bit of water damage because there was no one living in the condo above me, so they weren't maintaining or like helping manage anything. So that just seeped through, but it's gonna be very minute, thankfully. Luckily, I had no other water damage, and they were like, if you did not put that barrier there, like your whole front hallway would have been soaked. Like my floors would have needed to get pulled out. There's a bit of water damage in the rental next door, just like the entranceway, like it soaked through a bit of water. It was nothing visible, like you couldn't see that the floors were wet, but underneath, which just like mold and all of that stuff. Anyways, so I just spent the entire day, I just put everything finally back, and just like adrenaline was going for like a good 2 hours straight. I'm so lucky that my parents were here and able to help. And my neighbors were so helpful too, eventually, once we kind of were clearing everything out. But it just was so sad. I can't explain it. Like I was talking to my superintendent, and he was saying it started a few floors like above me, and the floor that it was a pipe, I guess, that had burst, and it was so strong, the water, it broke through the drywall in the hallway and like was shooting out like a fire hose, and all of those units like on the floors where like it directly happened are just like destroyed. So it's just so sad, like literally millions and millions of dollars of damage, and it was just literally a crazy day. Anyways, all that to say, I am very grateful that my unit did not get destroyed and that everything is okay and that no one is hurt. And it was so crazy too because I was obviously like throwing water into the stairwells. People were like running up and running down. We're like, what's going on? Like no one had any idea because for the first 20 minutes there was like no announcements. It was just, there was water exploding out of every ceiling, wall, floor. Oh my gosh, that was so crazy. And it just goes to show that I also am just not good in panic situations. Like, I mean, that to be said, I will give myself credit. Like, I'm glad that I was obviously smart in the moment and made that barrier to stop the initial pooling and flooding coming in. But when I was waiting for my parents to come and like everything had been put up and I was just kind of like, now I just gotta stand here and watch this all happen. Like, I just was sobbing. I was like, this is just so sad. Anyways, now that it's over and everything is okay, I can kind of smile and laugh about it. But this was a crazy Monday. It's like the universe knew I was filming a daily vlog and they're like, let's give you some spicy content. Oh my God, I did not need that. So honestly, bless everyone else in my building who has more damage. Like, I feel literally so sad for them. It's just sad. And of course, like, it is a good reminder, like, everything is replaceable. Things are just things. It doesn't actually like matter as long as you're okay. But still, just seeing any property get destroyed, like, it's just sad. I feel bad for people. Anyways, all that to say, the day still goes on. I have booked a gymnastics class for tonight, which I'm very excited about. And now that everything is under control, I think I'll be able to go to. If you can hear something that sounds like a flying saucer, that's my dryer. I have so much laundry to do because I had so many just like towels that were soaking wet. Anyways, I'm gonna go next door now that everything's set back up. I wanna do my makeup. I wanna show you my new foundation that I'm loving and kind of like my updated routine. And then I think gymnastics will be good to go to tonight. Have some fun, jump it out. Whew! Shake off the day, you know? I can't even. What? Okay, so the studio is reassembled. Let's sit down. Let's have some de-stressing time. Let's do our makeup together. Whew, okay. This is the fun part of my day. This is what I've been looking forward to. Well, I'm super excited to share that this part of the vlog is brought to you by Clinique. I've loved working with Clinique in the past. It's just a brand that I truly trust. And I'm sure if you've watched my videos for a while, you know that I've had a lot of skin issues in the past. Like, I've been on Accutane before, and I was very diligently under a dermatologist's watch for a long time because I really struggled with my skin over the years. So it's always so nice to partner with a brand like Clinique, which I genuinely love and use their skincare products and their makeup products, and it's dermatologist tested and fragrance free and really just has a bunch of science behind their products, and I can feel safe using them on my skin. So that being said, let's start into the base of the makeup. I'm gonna be using my go-to favorite foundation for more of like a medium coverage natural finish look. This is a Clinique Even Better Makeup SPF 15. I'm gonna be using the shade Buff right now, but I normally also use the shade, where is it here? I also use the shade Stone when I have a bit more of a tan, but I am getting my pale winter color back. Now, I originally discovered this foundation when I was actually on a press trip with Clinique back in like 2019, and I got to go to their laboratories and meet some of their dermatologists and really just learn about the history of the brand. And that was originally when I fell in love and discovered this foundation. So definitely been a long time fave. I love that there's the SPF inside. Even though it is winter, wearing your SPF is still important. So I like to just kind of dot this all over the skin. And you can use a brush to apply this, but I actually prefer to use a sponge. And you'll see it gives me a pretty good amount of coverage. Like, I had those acne spots, which actually aren't really active anymore. It's just more of like the discoloration left over, which I find that's always the case with me. My pimple could actually be gone, but I'll be dealing with like the redness and the markings of it for much longer after. But that's also what I like about a product like this, is that there's actually like skincare benefits to be using the makeup. So you don't have to feel bad about putting makeup on your skin. The formula over time actually helps like diminish those dark spots, which is amazing. Just gives me like a bit of like peace of mind when I'm wearing it. I'm like, oh, this is actually helping my skin. I'm not just like covering it up, you know? And I do have to say, something about the shade range and like the shade matches of all the colors are unreal. Like, I think this is truly the perfect color for me right now. Let me zoom you in a little bit more just so you can really see like a close-up on my skin. So then whatever I have left over on my sponge, I do kind of like to use a bit as a base on my eyelids, but we are gonna go with a bit of concealer after. And what is nice about like the pigments that they use actually in the colors is that they are true to life and they don't oxidize or change over time. So when you apply it onto your skin, that is what it will look like. It's not gonna like darken by a shade, which some other brands and foundations do that. So yeah, really happy with the amount of coverage that it gave me. I feel like, it's funny, the finish of the skin really does look so just like natural and normal. It's not overly dewy, it's not super matte, which I don't tend to go for anyways. It is kind of just like my dream finish. There are still a few areas like that dark spot on my chin that I was talking about that is peeking through, which we're gonna go in and I'm gonna show you how I cover that up. But really it's just like a tried and true kind of no fuss foundation. This is absolutely incredible. It also just feels healthy on the skin. Like it's not a heavy feeling foundation. It just feels like I've got like nothing on my skin, which is obviously the best. Okay, so that is the foundation. Love, love this. Like truly cannot say enough good things. Like a little bit of sheen, but not too much. Like just the perfect amount. Next up, time for concealer. I also have a Clinique one here. Clinique is truly just killing the whole skin game here. These ones were actually more of a newer product for me, but I have quickly fallen in love with them. I actually like to use 2 different shades. So what I have here is the Clinique Even Better All Over Concealer and Eraser. And the reason they say eraser is because it has a little like mini sponge on the end, which is good if you need to like on the go touch up or anything. But obviously if I'm at home, I just use my regular sponge. But really cool how they have a little mini in there. So yeah, I like to use 2 different shades. I go for more of a paler and pinkier one for under my eyes because more of that pink shade helps me kind of color correct and balance out a little bit of the discoloration there. So I'm just gonna dot a little bit of that under my eyes like that. And then for the blemish, I tend to go for more of a yellow based color because that's gonna be better at canceling out the redness. So the shade of the more pinky one was Cream Whip. Cream Whip? Whipped cream? Am I saying that backwards? No, it's Cream Whip. And then the shade of the yellow one is Buff. So I'm gonna let that kind of sit there for a second, and then I'm just gonna do the same thing, dot this on any of the spots that I wanna conceal or give just like a little bit more coverage. I think something like that, and we're probably good. And then I just gently kind of tap and blend out. And again, this gives you like a really good amount of coverage. It's not too full coverage, but it's definitely medium to buildable to full if you need it to full coverage. And what I actually really like is that once you're done blending out the product and it kind of sets and stays in place, it doesn't really budge and it wears really well. Like there's no need for touch-ups throughout the day, which is great. And actually, I'm gonna show you this all in action because I'm gonna keep my makeup on when I go to gymnastics later tonight. So we can kind of get an updated wear test on how this survives after jumping around and flipping around and sweating. Because, you know, just like adult gymnastics classes, it's an everyday activity. Gotta really put it to the test. And again, what makes this amazing is the actual formula inside this concealer. It's got vitamin C, hyaluronic acid, so it's gonna help to kind of hydrate any fine lines around that area, which even around my eyes, because I'm so expressive, I do get. And again, that formula to help with any dark spots or discoloration. So over time, when using the product, you can again feel good and know that it's helping to improve those areas. Whenever I do my concealer, I kind of just like bring it up and almost like follow where like my eyeliner line would be. And I find that just kind of helps give me a nice lifted kind of look. And now that these areas have been sitting there, I tend to actually like to use my finger because it'll make sure it remains with the most coverage. And on that one spot, I definitely need it. And again, very similarly to the foundation, you get a very like weightless feeling. And I'm not gonna lie, makes my skin look really amazing. Oh, I've got to tell you, I already feel more like calm, grounded, and centered now that I'm just sitting here doing my makeup. This is really turning around the day for me. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so there we go. That has been the go-to base as of late. What I really love too, I tend to get more dry skin in the winter and I just need to like marinate a moisturizer 24/7. This wears so good on my skin texture. No matter the season, whether it is winter, whether it's summer, it really just sits and wears so well. I really cannot say enough good things. It's always a staple in my collection. So let me know if you tried out and what your thoughts are. I'm telling you, if you are a foundation person, this one, you have to try it. They're so good. Huge thanks to Clinique for partnering with me on this video. It's always a dream when I have products that I just genuinely love, and it means a lot that they support my content. So that has been the base lately. Let me give you the rest of the routine. So I am gonna do a cream bronzer. You know my love for this cream bronzer. And again, moving more towards the colder season, I tend to opt for more cream products. So even with this base, I'm not gonna set it to the very end if I see any areas that need adjusting. So just gonna warm up the face. Okay, bronzer is on. I also like to do it on the sides of my nose and then kind of just stamp it here just to get a bit more of like a sun-kissed look. I also kind of bring it up to my crease like that. I have like a very strategic placement with it. I love me some bronzer. And then also, this actually just happens to be another Clinique product. I swear they're not telling me to use this. This is a Clinique Ginger Pop blush, which it just is like an amazing color. So I like to use this as a base. I end up layering more of like a creamy highlighter product on top. You'll see when I get there. I just do this just to kind of like set the color. And I love to kind of bring it back up here. And pro tip, always put on way more blush than you think because blush is the first thing to fade. And I just love blush, so I like to put a lot on, okay? I laminate the brows. So I'm just doing a little smoky wing. I always do this with shadow first. I'm gonna do a little liquid liner, mascara, faux freckles, and then some finishing glow. So the only thing that I've kind of been doing differently is taking a lighter color and kind of doing a cut crease with it. It just kind of gives the illusion of a bigger eyelid and just like halfway kind of like that. It's very subtle, but it does kind of make a difference to the overall kind of structural look of your face, if that makes any sense. So I like to let my freckles sit for a little bit, and then I'm gonna do a bit of a glow wand because it acts as like a blush and a highlighter. And I just do a little bit just on the tops of my cheeks. Like I said, I like a lot of blush. I like it to be in your face. Then blend out the freckles. I can normally do this routine in about 20 minutes, 25 if I'm really spending time. Just gonna curl. I always wear waterproof mascara because I have very short eyelashes. And it's the only thing that holds a curl. I just apply mascara to the top. For every day, I don't do bottom. Okay, and there we go. That is the finished makeup look. Oh, I forgot contour. Durr. A little bit of contour. Just back here. Some days I'll do under the lip, but I don't really think I need it today. Like that, and then under the jawline, just to keep it nice and sharp, you know? Okay, now we're done. Okay, I'll keep you posted how it wears for gymnastics. I think I better go get changed, pack my bag. Woo! What a wild ride this day has been. Just gotta wait for one more load of laundry to finish to switch that over. Honestly, if you take anything away from this video, extra towels will always have a use. Even if they're kind of dirty or stained, save your extra towels. They will come in handy. If not for Halloween special effects makeup, in case you have a flood. Oh, I'm so happy with the coverage of the skin and the color match. Okay, let's go have some fun. So my room still needs to be cleaned a little bit because I had clearly just thrown things on my bed. But let's pack a gym bag. Also, do we think I should wear my Apple Watch to gymnastics? Part of me feels like it might get in the way, but do I like the idea of it being? No, I feel like I don't want to wear my Apple Watch. Sometimes I'm finicky about items bothering me and like fit being weird, so I just don't think it's the time. So I'm gonna bring, I actually got this new Lululemon bag, which I'm very excited about. It actually came, it was such a sweet gift. It came from this other gym, not like a gymnastics gym, but like a workout studio place called Altea. They're opening up soon, so they kind of like shared the announcement and sent me this gorgeous bag. So I think that'll be the perfect gymnastics bag. Now I don't know what the vibe is. Like back when I used to do cheer, I used to do like booty shorts and a sports bra, but I just feel like that might be a little much. So I'm gonna do maybe leggings and a sports bra, and then I'll probably end up going barefoot. The one benefit of having the studio next door as a separate unit is that there's double laundry. So now I have my own laundry in this condo and then the other condo in the rental next door. So I've been doing double batches of laundry this whole time. So it's funny, back from my cheer days, I remember my ponytail would always fall out and I would have to use these like very randomly specific like rubber elastics, which kind of hurt your hair, but they're the only elastics that wouldn't fall out when I was tumbling. And I know I have like randomly one, so I want to try to find it. Oh, I found it. It looks just like a regular elastic, but it's like actual rubber. So it somehow like grips your hair like extra well. So it's perfect for tumbling. So I always do double elastic and then would normally do a cheer bow, but just a little scrunchy to be cute. Okay. Let's go gymnastics. Let's go gymnastics. So I'm gonna be driving one of my friends. So I packed us some protein bars for after the workout class, shoes, some sanitizer. I'm also gonna bring us to, I think they're called Alani Nutrition. They're really good. They're like these energy drinks. Actually, there's a cosmic flavor back there. They're so delicious. I normally wouldn't have caffeine this late. It is almost like, I mean, the class is gonna start at 8 o'clock, but since the workout class is so late and we haven't tumbled or like tried to do gymnastics in a long time, I think we might need the extra kick. Okay, I'm gonna pack my bag, go borrow my parents' car. I'll see ya at gymnastics. And sorry, one more look at this skin. You see this glow. I'm obsessed. I literally still cannot get over that this happened today. That did not feel real. I have no words. This is very cool tone.
To match the Harry Potter screen, I had to match it.
Oh, not me, not you. Oh no, not me, not Hermione, you. If you know, you know. Okay, made it to my mom's. She's just gonna pat my head for 10 minutes before I go to gymnastics. I love you, Smoochie. She was so good. If she didn't come and help me save the day, I don't know what I would have done. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling glowy. Skin's still looking good. I'm just ready to tumble. I'm ready for gym, you know? So here to here. Is that good to go? And then without your feet touching, is that the okay? Okay, we'll work on that. love gymnastics. I'm thrilled. I'm so happy I went. I felt so good. And it was crazy because when I went 2 years ago, I felt really weak. But I think maybe all my F45 strength building has helped me. I felt so good. Obviously, I have like a lot of improvement to do, but my goal was to throw a round off handspring back tuck, and I did it. And I didn't hurt myself, no injuries. I just feel like childlike and happy. It was so pure that like made my day. This was an amazing end to the day. Okay, I'm just finishing up some loads of laundry. I am honestly on a high. I have nothing bad to say about today. Actually, that's a lie. Obviously, things could have been better, but I'm feeling really good and grateful. And I had such a fun time at gymnastics. I was gonna bail out, but I'm so glad that I actually went. Okay, and final update on the face. I mean, I'm definitely a bit sweaty and deranged from all that working out, but I honestly feel like my skin looks really good. Passes the wear test, gets my stamp of approval. Whew, okay. Well, this has been a fun day. I need to go have a shower. I feel insanely unhygienic. Just like, you know, when you go to, like, you know, like a gymnastics place, like it just feels a bit dirty. So I'm going to shower, get clean, finish laundry, hop in bed, and we just carry on, you know? Thank you for watching, period. I love all of you, and all of your comments are always so thoughtful, and yeah, I'm just really grateful to have this little community who wants to watch and see what I get up to in a day. But yeah, if you don't follow me on Instagram, go follow me at Jaclyn Forbes, TikTok at Jaclyn Forbes, subscribe here on YouTube, Jaclyn Forbes, do all the things, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye!